No, no.
The LAFCO.
It says here, district boundaries have not been changed since 1980.
What I'm trying to say is, the far point of my property, when I look at the maps from the county, runs along the far edge in order to get the Sturtevant tank in there and put it up there. Now, whether that was original, they may have done that. What happened in the beginning is the system didn't work. This is what somebody was telling me to put it in. So there was no Sturtevant tank. They had two hydromatic tanks in Granite Springs. There wasn't enough pressure. So they talked to Sturtevant and got an easement up to the top of that hill.
For 10 meters.
For 7 meters. But
No, for 10 meters.
Whatever, anyway. But that's probably when they stretched that boundary to cover all of the Sturtevant ranch.
No. How did the district boundary expand?
So that's the $5, $3, $10 question. What are our district boundaries? And that's what hopefully we will drive to.
No, Mr. President, please.
No.
You guys said several months ago you were going to research this and report back. I've been asking ever since day one, why do you not obtain the official map from the State Water Board?
This is not a State Water Board issue. This is a LAFCO issue. This
Well, yes, there is State Water Board.
There is.
I want to finish the discussion.
It's unbelievable.
This is the official map of LAFCO. It does not care about your MID water contract.
That's true.
I didn't
The
even
official
know that.
boundary of LAFCO is only allows us to provide services to somebody. That's all it does. Doesn't matter whether it's garbage, water, sewer, fire, library, community center, whatever LAFCO allows us to do. And that is an official Exhibit B map. It's pretty well depicted. If you look at proposed Exhibit A up here, I was really amazed to see this. This is where it starts to get confusing because this is an agreement between MID and LDPCSD.
It was a proposed.
Is right. This is.
That was the Orb Hatton's subdivisions.
It is. This hangs on the wall and makes things even more confusing because this is for a different issue, even though it does show the district boundaries.
No.
But the Exhibit B. Let's put it this way: if the district is providing service to properties outside of its boundaries, which I know that it is, because
You were involved.
when the Sierra Highlands Water Company and Sierra Highlands went out, the district came in, there were discrepancies, there were agreements, there were all kinds of whatevers that went on outside. But when the district boundaries were established, there were people that were receiving service outside the district boundaries. I know that because we were even talking about going to LAFCO at that time in the 90s for them to recognize that it didn't make any sense. We don't expect to run a main down this street, and this was actually on the south side, not on the Granite Springs side. But it was more going down toward and thinking about including Boat Club and the Sphere of Influence and some other things. We were going to go to LAFCO and ask them to bless the out-of-area agreements, come up with an agreement for those people, because we can set different rates and charges for people that are outside the boundaries. Because we can tax.
Get away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me.
Okay.
So we can tax within the boundaries and ask them to bless the out-of-area agreements, come up with an agreement for those people, because we can set different rates and charges for people that are outside the boundaries. Because we can tax within the boundaries.
Get away from me. Get away from me.
Okay.
So we can tax within the boundaries, and we can't tax outside the boundaries. Okay? So let's just say we do an assessment to replace the entire system. We can't assess any properties outside the district boundaries. They would have to annex, or they would have to be under agreement with the district to do something different.
How did you expand our boundaries without LAFCO approval?
I don't think there was, you know, that's the thing is I don't think there was ever a formal proposal in front of the board to
How
increase
did the district boundaries get it? You asked for them to be expanded when you left in 1997. You were asking for the district to include more outside place of use properties. Now don't sit here and play dumb like, gee, how did this happen? I don't know. You were directly involved with it.
All right,
Yeah.
come on, Lou, let's.
Well, he was, I'm sorry.
Okay,
And that's why you returned, to get your ground well.
the conspiracy stuff is kind of interesting, but it
Let's just
certainly
stay focused. I wanna stay
Staying
focused on
focused
the
on this, there have been a number of projects over the years that have come and gone. I certainly don't see any of them that was around in the 90s that have materialized now, that have requested to go through an annexation process. They've even started the planning process, but they never got through the process and they never finished the project. So, and in order for the district, in order for someone to go through the planning process at either county and get an entitlement to develop a project that's going to annex in the future, it has to have an action of this board. That doesn't mean that they automatically annex. They have to go through an environmental review and get through that, and then they'll go through the annexation process at their expense. But those are development projects that aren't on the discussion right now. This is just talking about the boundaries of the district and the sphere of influence, just to get an understanding of it. Again, they're hard to tell apart. The recognition that I know that we have some services outside the district boundaries that may need to be cleaned up in the future. It's not that there's LAFCO police and they come in and take it away from you, but we need to be aware and think about those. And then I want to introduce the confusing part of it. The fact that that when the Merced Irrigation District permits their facilities to generate hydroelectricity and to distribute water for domestic purposes and for irrigation purposes, they have to account for the areas where that water is going to go with the State Water Board. The State Water Resources Control Board controls the water rights of the state after 1914. Okay, this dam was built in the 60s. It is under the control of the State Water Resources Control Board, how that water is appropriated. They have developed a place of use map for that license. They have a license to be able to distribute water outside, you know, to a certain area. And there is a map. I don't necessarily, it doesn't,
Unrelated.
there is a Merced Irrigation District area of domestic use from Lake McClure and Lake McSwain and points of diversion map dated June 1977 that's included in your packet. That again this is a State Water Board designated area. They show the district.
That is a misrepresentation. That's a misrepresentation, KAMPA, and you know it.
Hold on.
No, he is lying right there. He is lying.
Lou,
This documentation.
hold on. I don't use this often, but I'm using, wait a minute.
I would.
Hold on, listen.
That is not the truth.
Hold on. When you are up at the podium and speak, people are respectful and listen. What I'm gonna ask and request is that you do the same for him, and then you can have a say.
Okay.
Don't interrupt me, because I'm getting grouchy here. But I'm gonna ask you to be polite and respectful of him. We will get to the bottom of this. We will get to the bottom of this, because I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up.
Yeah.
But you yelling and screaming does not accomplish anything at this meeting. And I'm not gonna allow Pete and you to go back and forth, period. I'm
Sure.
not gonna allow it.
Sure.
So stop, let him have a say. We're listening to Pete.
Sure.
The accusations are uncalled for.
I got you.
But I will get to the bottom of this because I have some ideas. Whether
Good.
you like the ideas or not, I'm gonna continue to push this, so please.
Let's go.
Okay, thank you.
I'm standing now because I'm getting.
That's okay.
I'm getting
So,
post.
back to the point of the map.
The map is presented as it exists in the district files, in the files for the Merced Irrigation District and at the State Water Resources Control Board as a place of use map. I don't know if since this map was prepared in 1977, if MID has petitioned and changed those boundaries. I don't know. I cannot confirm that for you because I haven't done the research. Okay, all I can do is tell you that this map is the only one that I know of the place of use that is a State Water Resources Control Board process. Okay. The State Water Resources Control Board has a process internally for amendment of these. The district could not ask for that straight up the State Water Board.
Let's clarify things, because you're using district, I'll say in two terms. You're saying MID district might have modified, but don't say this district has never.
Exactly.
Can you
Right.
clarify your
Yeah.
statement, please?
This is Merced Irrigation District's license, just like the license to operate the dam. We wouldn't be involved in their relicensing unless there was some, joint powers or some agreement to be involved. This is their license. We have no say over this, except as MID might decide to do something about it. If they wanted to change it or amend it or get rid of it or whatever. They're under contract. The only thing that we have with MID is a contract for water supply. We don't have a water right, that we haven't gone to the State Water Board and applied for a water right or anything else. We're under contract with MID, and they are under contract with the state to distribute water for domestic purposes in this area. Oh, they're allowed to. They don't have to, they're allowed to.
Tammy, can I stop this for just a second? I need to change the battery in
Okay.
here. I think it's important.
Thank you.
I don't know.
So that was, those
No,
were,
no talking until she finishes.
Yeah, I want to take a chance on it running out. Sorry.
you have batteries?
Yeah. I always keep one in here just in case. This one was full, but it seems pretty draining.
Don't know when you gotta turn it on.
I know, the shadow, I
Probably gonna
can't
take a
see.
second, probably gonna take time.
I just can't, the light's not showing me if I got that on. Can you say something?
Hello.
No, it's not. Yes, it is.
Test.
It is.
Look at that.
Okay. All right.
So that is the extent, except I did include some information from the Mariposa County Special Districts from their most recent update to their general plan. And that, it's the one that at the bottom says May 2014 and page 19.19-5 after the map of the MID place of use, where the district information about the district is contained from 2014. It's section 19.050. And talks about the district area and sphere of influence, the authorized functions, and gets into the policy of the state and the county LAFCO. And that they state that an MSR or a MSR, which is a municipal service review, okay, it's a list of 17 pages of questions. I've done them several times with other districts about the district operation. Where do we get our money? What do we do? What do we see as future needs? What's on the horizon? How are things managed? An MSR will need to be prepared prior to or concurrently with any update to the sphere of influence. So that's waiting out there in the event that the district, for any reason, wants to amend its boundaries, again, put the MID place of use aside. If we want to amend our boundaries or our sphere of influence, then this municipal service review is gonna have to be done, and it's at our expense. And that goes through the LAFCO process. Not a huge deal. Like I said, I've been through it a number of times, but it does cost some money. But there's procedures also in here.
Comments?